Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here. Welcome back to the Mixing in a Home Music Studio course. In this video, we are going to look at mixing our piano and keys. So firstly, if you're new to my channel, new to my videos, and you like what you see, click the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. So mixing piano and keys. So here we go, we're adding some more elements. So we've got quite a few elements in our mix now, and we're going to add some more. Obviously, I recorded quite a lot. If you watch my recording in your home music studio course, you'll realize I recorded quite a lot of instruments. Reason being that I wanted to show as many recording techniques as I can for each element, instruments, etc., and as many instruments. So this song is a bit of a mashup of lots of instruments. I probably added maybe way too many instruments, but that's what we've got. We can always leave them out, but it allows me to not only show the recording process in the previous course, but also show mixing them in and trying to fit things in, because you may have a client or somebody that does record way too many instruments or whatever else, and you want to work out what works and what doesn't. So, we'll see how we go with this song. But we're going to try and fit these pianos and keys in now, and we're going to mix them and see how they gel in with the rest of the song that's already there. So let's get into it, and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so here we are. We're back in our mix. We've got our drums, bass, and rhythm. We've got acoustics, rhythm, electric guitars sort of done to a point, right? So we've got this sound going on. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump over and have a look at our keys, which would include piano, synths, whatever we've recorded. Now we've got two tracks here, synth and piano. So what we might do is, let's have a look at the piano here. Okay, just wanted to do the listen here for a second so I could hear what it was doing, because I couldn't remember what sound it was doing there. Sort of blends in a little bit, doesn't it? Now I'm just wondering, does it play? No, okay, so it plays from here. All right, well, let's start. I'll put it in listen. Let's start with a bit of EQ. I think I might see about adjusting. I'm just going to adjust our listen level. No, hang on. That wasn't it, this one. All right, so with piano, what I like to do is do at least a high cut or a high pass filter. Sorry, a low cut or a high pass filter. So we could take it up. See, where does it sound a bit thin? Now, it depends. Sometimes you may want it to sound thinner because you don't want it to muddy up the mix there. So you can hear there, we're still getting sort of the qualities we want. If we come down here, you can hear it's sort of, you can hear there's a muffled impact to it. So sometimes even though you're thinning things out and in isolation it may not sound 100% right, when it comes to the mix it can work quite well because, you know, you've got other instruments adding the low end. You have too many instruments adding low end, you're just going to end up with a blob of rumble and mud and muffled sort of sound. Brighten that up a little bit. I'm liking what that sounds, right? To me, there's a little bit of boxiness type sound. It's making it sound a little bit too fake, I guess. Not quite piano-ish. So a little bit of that, and brightened it up a little bit. Do we hear it at all? Okay, yeah, I could barely hear it. It needed to be boosted a little bit there. All right, now, do we need anything else? I mean, it is quite stabby. So, you know, we could warm it up. We could put a bit of compression on it or something like that. I just, not quite sure. All right, let's have a look. Obviously, we're sticking with our concept of just using the inbuilt Steinberg plugins. So what about some tube? Why is that not working? Okay, I'm not liking that one. Let's try the vintage. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Okay, I'm liking that. It's taking the peaks off a little bit, controlling it a little bit. Not too much. We're still getting that stabby sound, but just not too stabby, if you know what I mean. Okay, the piano here is quite subtle in the mix. It all depends on what vibe you're going for, right? My songs are mostly guitar, right? So the piano is more of an accompaniment. It's more of a background item. Obviously, if you're a piano person or a keys person, then you're going to bring them forward and have guitars further back in the mix. So totally up to you how you mix that through. All right, let's have a look at the... we'll check another section first before we go any further. Just, is there a different part? I think it might be... No, I think it's the same all the way through, really. All right, so let's have a look at this synths. Now, the synths only come in here. There needs to be a lot of low end in that. Hang on. Yeah, so we might want to filter some of that out. Not too much, because I may want that warm. It's very hard to get a small amount. see it's very heavy here. I'm a bit concerned about some fierceness. Might thin that out. Okay, so I don't think we need to do too much with it. I mean, the good thing with electronic stuff is generally you've got the sound you want when you go for it, right? It's a bit different to analog instruments, which of course you obviously try to get the sound you want, but it can be harder sometimes. With electronic, it can be almost, you know, fairly easy to get the sound you want because you can do anything. What I did want to try though is what would it sound like if we added some sort of grit to it? Like it's already very gritty, but what happens if we add more? Okay, let's have a listen to what this does when it's in the mix. Do we even hear it? Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, so all these other tracks here, what did we do? We added a tube compressor. So let's copy it. Oh, jeez. I always hate that. I always do the wrong one. All right, so let's check out a couple of things here. Now, the only reason I'm copying this across is because I'm sort of making the decision that it's going to make them all gel together a little bit better, I guess. It's not always essential. You know, you could take your pick, you know, you might decide, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, let's get to a bit further on and see what happens. So that could be the problem with the volume. Now, this is where automation's probably going to come in with these instruments, because clearly there, when I set the volume to this section here, I turned it up, and then I get to this section, I've turned it back down. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. As I said, we'll end up with automation in this eventually. So what we could do is probably just solo that whole thing so we can see it there. All right, so we've got our keys done, and should we play through? All right, we'll play through so that you can hear. We'll go from here. So you can see what we have at this point in time now with our keys added. I like the synth ending it out there. I think that sounds good. All right, so there we go. So we'll come back in the next video and continue on with our percussion. So there you go. That's how I've mixed my piano and keys into my song. As I keep saying, we will be coming backwards and forwards, right? Just because what I do now here is not always going to be the end game. There is going to be changes as more instruments come in, as effects are applied, as things are discovered, as we reference on other systems, things like that. As I keep saying, I am mixing this for the sake of the course here to record these videos on headphones. So it's not always the easiest way for me to do it. I like using my studio monitors. I do like to reference on headphones. So, I do still check things on headphones. And it's not impossible to mix on headphones, but it just depends on how you like to do things and what you hear and what you prefer. So, we will reference and come back and adjust things. So if you are hearing things that maybe you don't think sound great or something like that, it could just be that what I'm hearing in the headphones is not translating correctly on YouTube or is not translating correctly at all, it's and I'll find that out when I start referencing. But the concepts are there, and hopefully it's giving you enough to start getting through your mix and getting things there, but you'll have to do the same process. You'll have to come back and tweak things and reference things. It's just the way mixing works. If you have any feedback, please do put it in the comments, or if you have any questions, if I didn't cover something enough, or you didn't understand something, or you need to know, you've got a problem with your mix and you just want to ask me for some advice, etc. Obviously I can't hear your song, but maybe I would give you some generic high-level advice or guidance of things to try and that sort of stuff. So, put any questions you have in the comments. I do read all the comments, and I will answer every comment that I possibly can as quickly as I possibly can. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to be notified every time I release a new video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.